Welcome to the What Now podcast, where we document our journey through chiropractic. Our goal is to give you, the new chiropractor, our firsthand experience in running a principled, cash-based practice right out of school. Join us as we bring you real perspective, lessons learned, and the leading names in the profession as we build the practices of our dreams.
I can't.
Yo, everybody. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the What Now podcast. Zach, how are you doing today, man?
Doing great. Slowly warming back up after my 45-minute walk outside. Well, 30. Still got to do 15 outside. But yeah, walking through this 14-degree weather.
Yeah, I feel bad because I left the dog outside by accident. I let her out, and then the wind closed the door. And she's a pupsicle.
Yeah,
but
it's tough. Okay. She's got to get a pup cone. What are those called? Is that a pup cone?
Pup cup? It depends where you go.
Pup cup?
Puppuccino if you go to Starbucks, and it's a pup cup at ice cream. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome to the podcast, man. Glad to have you back. Just coming off I thought a pretty awesome episode. We dove deep last week. We got some pretty awesome guests lined up. We got the Nevilles coming on in a couple short weeks. Ryan Ryder lined up. Dr. Abby, I apologize. I will not be able to pronounce your last name until we get to meet in person. And Dr. Paul Reed. So definitely stay tuned. But Spencer, we're talking about some big stuff today. What are we talking about today, Spence?
Well, today we're talking about big stuff, and we're actually going to be talking about the little things. And so it's really the little things in your practice and really just in your life are like other things that people one is they're things that you take for granted. And two, it's like things that you don't think about or that you do think about all the time that nobody notices. Mm-hmm. Like for me, dude, one of the little things that I always neglect that I'm always like, man, I need to get that. Dude, I never have paper towels in the office ever. We always have like the tiny little like party napkins, like the little square ones, but I never have paper towels for some reason. So every time I need to like clean up something, like when kids spill something or like
using
whatever. Yeah, it's always a party in our office. That's why. But we like never have paper towels in the office for some reason. So what are some of the little things like in your office that you're always like, man, I need this?
Yeah. One thing that seems to be a common theme, I mean, we print out our CLA scans for report of findings and everything, is just ink. We're still using not laser ink. So we're just using the HP 67. And it seems like every 2-3 weeks, my staff is coming in telling me we need ink. And so finally got on that recurring Amazon. Thought I was set up for HP where it would just send it out, but I was getting charged $8 a month and never got HP for like a year. So ink. So that was tough, but we're on that. I put it on 6-week subscription on Amazon. Hopefully our ink lasts for 6 weeks. But if we need to go to 4, because that was just something that was getting annoying to, last minute be like, crap, we don't have ink and we have 4 reported findings tomorrow. And so now someone's got to run out to Office Depot, and it just creates a little bit more stress than we really need. And then one thing, what spurred this conversation was just some of the furniture, I guess you would say, that's behind the scenes. I have my camera blurred out and I don't think we have video. But up until yesterday, the microwave in our office sat on my favorite beach chair, and there was just stuff that would pile up on the microwave. And so we finally last week bought a microwave stand that holds way more than a microwave. I can put my protein and the office snacks and a couple other things. So creating more organization in the office. And it was just such a sigh of relief. We had a not big snow day, but it snowed. So Texas shut down, and I had bought 4 new like waiting room chairs, put those together in the morning. And then Josh, one of my awesome CAs, was able to rather quickly put together that microwave stand, and that just created so much freedom because these were boxes that we had in the office for probably 2 weeks now. And it was like, okay, but now we finally have time to put these together, which I know I could have come down on a weekend and put them together, but that just wasn't.
I don't want to. I know.
Didn't want to.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, dude, imagine remember back like when you're first starting up and we're like, man, we have all week I'm seeing 11 people, or all week we have 20 visits or something like that, and then You have so much free time that you're like, I don't know what to do in my free time. And then
Yeah,
now,
you're like begging for furniture to come in so that you
yeah,
can.
you're like, please give me something to do. Somebody have an event, somebody have something so I can
Yeah.
like do feel like I'm relevant. And then now you're like, man, we have all of this momentum, we have all of these systems in place, and now it's like you're caught up in the nitty-gritty doing all the things all the time, and you don't have time for the little things. And so yesterday was a good like little things day, like for us as well, like in the office, just for us to like edit some paperwork that needed to be
Mhm.
edited, cleaning the office, and like I bought this new rug because like one of the biggest things that you don't think about when you're buying office furniture is how well can I clean this? Like because you don't want to buy furniture all the time, and I
Mhm.
mean quite frankly, I mean you don't clean your house furniture like once. Like I don't know anybody that's wiping their dining room chairs every week. I mean if you do, like kudos to you, like please come clean my house too. But I don't know anybody that's doing that once a week. But like in our office, like I mean, especially with kids, like we have stuff everywhere all the time. So like trying to keep things clean is tough. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
um for me, like I didn't have the money like to buy a bunch of like nice furniture. And so I had like hand-me-down furniture from like a lot of people. And now I just bought ruggable rugs, which if you don't know what ruggable is, it's like the ones that you can like put in your washing machine and they look brand new whenever they come out. That's like one of the best things that I bought.
Mm. Nice.
Because I bought all these new rugs and they were great. They looked awesome until people started walking on them. And then like they got all dirty and it's like hard to clean and then you have to like steam clean them. But when you steam clean them, then there's a big wet spot and then like it's just
Yeah.
you never could get ahead. So making the investment in cleanable things is one of the little things that you can do to save yourself some time like later on.
I think it's also something I've learned from reading Atomic Habits is creating those little things. Like one thing I did at the end of December was really clearing up our post shift, whether it's post shift or end of day checklist for the whole office. It's not just like for my CAs to do, but like I need to, as the doctor, wipe down the tables, make sure we have enough face fuzzies for the next day. If not, take those home and wash them. Um, that type of thing. Like we got to be vacuuming. Last shift of the week. We're sweeping the floor. We're making sure our desks are neat and tidy in whichever way. And that's one thing I try to empower my team with is like whatever works best for you, but I also want it to look clean. Like don't make it look like a mess, but I'm also not going to tell you your folder has to go here or there. Um, but it should look clean. And then really making sure we're doing everything we can so that when we do come in at 7:40 in the morning for our Monday and Thursday shifts, uh, yeah, we're gonna be excited, we're gonna be ready to go, but we're a little more groggy than we were at 5:50, 6 o'clock the night before. And so let's make sure we're doing everything we can in our power to set ourselves up for that success. So a lot of that is, wiping the toilet seat, taking out the trash, those type of things that just if we were to have a really busy shift or to have a really busy week, we wouldn't get to. But if we do those things each and every day, then we're gonna see quite a bit of success.
Yeah, dude, that's one of like the small things that I really appreciate the most about my office is we don't have a bathroom in the office. We have a common like building bathroom. That's so nice because like I don't have to clean it, I don't have to stock it. It's not nice because it doesn't have the things that I would want in there. Like it's got an air freshener. I would not put an air freshener in there,
Yeah.
but like I would put a diffuser, but um still like it's nice to not have to worry about that. It's not another thing like
Mhm.
to worry about in the office. So that's pretty cool. Um Let's see, what are some other small things like that are big in the office? Dude, like for me, like the kind of pins that we have in the office, like I hate cheap pins. That's a big
Mm.
one. And another thing that we bought whenever we did like our big planning thing in 2022 is we bought like the multicolor erasable pins. And I don't know if I ever used it after that day, but then I started being like, man, I keep shredding these papers whenever I would write on it in pen. And so now I start doing my reports in the erasable pen to where if I print something out and I write on it wrong or if I
Smart.
misspell something, then I can just erase it. Like that's a small thing that saves me a lot of time,
Yeah.
a lot of money, and a lot of paper. Another thing, like to your printer thing, like your ink stuff, like I use the Epson Eco Tank, which like big fan of those printers. Dude, they last so long. Like I think I have only bought new ink Like my printer got messed up. My first one, it got like dropped or something like that in our move, and so it broke. So I had to buy a new one. But I had used that printer for like 8 months, and I hadn't had to use new ink. So like
Dang.
and then it's like $15 to like refill the whole thing versus like you're like $60-$70 like on
Yeah.
these big ink cartridges. That's really nice.
Gonna have to look into that.
You should. They're cheap too. Um, so yeah, what are some like small things like that people not your staff appreciate about your office?
Like the patients.
Yeah, like the small things.
I would say for one, small things that they enjoy. I mean, we get compliments a lot on our bathroom, which isn't like I didn't change it at all. Like I put new flooring into it. But I mean we have paper towels, we have makeup remover, um, we even have tampons, which is not something I would have thought to have, but Morgan was like, you should probably put those in there. So shout out Morgan there. That's something we get comments on is one, it's clean, it's open enough so when parents do want to bring their kids in, like they got plenty of room until I eventually get a shower in there. But it's just a clean, friendly, open bathroom. And then another small thing is, I mean, it makes sense, especially if you're doing CLA scans, but uh, having hair ties in the exam room, we just have a big bucket of probably 50, 60 hair ties. And um, women are always like, oh, wow, like, can't believe you thought of that. It's like, yeah, it just took one time of trying to get through hair. But, it's a small thing that people are like, wow, I can't believe you thought of that. I would say those are two of the biggest ones. People love the plants, man. They love the plants. They're always like, is this new? Just feels so fresh and clean in here. So I'd say those are some of the biggest ones, as well as not having face paper. No one likes face paper. Yes,
Nope.
it's a little bit extra work to do one load of laundry a week, um, but it does go a long way. People, start joking around like, "Oh, I had pink last time and I got it again," or those types of things. So it's just little things like that.
Yeah, how many face cloths do you keep on deck?
We just ordered more from Amazon, but as of right now, we have about 150, and that's about one load of laundry a week. And so I ordered another 100 because I'm kind of getting tired of doing it every week.
Yep.
Um, so
Yeah, my rule of thumb is to always have double what our weekly volume is. So like right now we're at like 180, climbing up to like 200. So I'm gonna try to have 400 face cloths like in the office at all times, just to where I, if I do say run out, like if I forget to wash laundry for a week or something, then I have a week's worth of backup. Like, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've like had to jet like on a Friday or something. Like, oh, like Kayla and I are going on date night and I'm late because I'm working on stuff at the office all the time, like I always do. And so I just like run out of the office and I forget the face cloth basket,
yep.
dude. But then like I can survive the whole week really without having to do it. It's I have to bring it home because I have a massive pile of laundry there. So that is something that's like really tedious. In our next office, my whole goal is to have a washer and dryer in the office
Definitely.
so I can do laundry in there. But yeah, everybody hates face paper. Like if you use face paper, you low key don't like it either. Like
Yeah.
the crink,
Well,
like ever.
especially
Ugh.
especially in the summer, like people come in, they're already kind of sweaty, and then they just like their face sticks to it, whether they have makeup on or not. It's like I
Yeah.
never enjoyed it in school. Um,
Yeah, it makes me cringe like whenever you hear like the videos of the
yeah.
like
Yeah.
crackling on the of the dude, it's the worst.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
another one like really small thing that like people really enjoy about my office is I got this like from some of our like John Martinez friends, but the masterpiece like or
Yep.
master massage little face
Hmm.
things. I put those on there and dude, people love it. They're like, this is the most comfortable table I've ever been on. Like I could fall asleep here. It's nice.
Yep.
Um,
I would say
so
that. And then, I mean, we've talked about this a ton, but
do you have one of those too?
I do now. Yeah, finally bought one.
They're
I
nice.
mean, it's been great, especially for our pregnant moms.
Yep.
When they get on those pregnancy cushions, and then not straining their neck. Um, but I mean, another, kind of out of office thing. One thing that people like is one we're doing not everything. We can definitely do a lot more, but we do quite a bit to be omnipresent. So people really enjoy seeing us at, we're up in one or two gyms around the area, and they're like, "Hey, I saw you at the gym. Like that's pretty cool." Or we're we're out sponsoring this event or that event. They're like, why you're at everything? It's like that's our goal, right? We want to support the community. But then the other little thing that goes a long way. And if your EHR is not doing it, then you should look into it. But I mean, text reminders is something people absolutely love. Like
Yep.
if they, for whatever reason, don't get one, we hear about it and we check our system and they get back on it. But the text reminders, even as like someone that I'm a client at a couple of spots, like when I get a text reminder, I definitely show up, or I know that I need to reschedule and I don't just no show.
Yep. Um, with I know you're switching to Platinum. Does Platinum do that too?
Platinum does it.
Nice.
Yeah. We had to, it's like self-automated, not so like you have to type it in yourself. It doesn't have like an automated one. But we're finally, that's another big thing. We're finally fully transitioned to Platinum, which has been great.
Nice. That's great. We're
Yeah.
rocking it with Jane still. I like it. I mean, it works good for us, but we're also like doing like this huge HubSpot build out.
Yeah.
And like for HubSpot to automate all of our stuff and like send out all those things, like Jane really is just a big schedule for us now.
Mhm.
It's a place where we securely store people's information, um, get their schedule. It's like our online booking site. It's really just our big calendar now.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what Platinum is. And Platinum, it's actually really exciting. Platinum's going to a 2.0 where it's going to be Platinum, but similar to Jane or Kyra HD, where it's a lot more user friendly and has online booking and those type of things. So super
nice.
excited about that. I've know they say sometime this year. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like that's like a small thing that my staff likes is the like the fact that we use Apple. Like it's
Mhm.
nice that everything is seamless like between like the iPad and the like everything all kind of works together. So like, if somebody's got a file like that I've got on my computer, I can just drop it right over into the other one. Like
Yeah.
you can pull it up seamlessly. It's really nice to be able to do that. Um I feel like a lot of people really they always say no matter what it is, whether it's the mail person like delivering a package or something like that, they always say like, "Man, your office smells so good." And
Mm,
this is like the best smelling office ever. So like it's super memorable, and we do that on purpose. That's
yeah.
intentional.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you diffuse in your office, or what does your
It's
office
one
smell like?
thing I got to reorder. We've kind of been out of our diffusers. But one of my favorites was from doTERRA, the Breathe, where it's like got some eucalyptus in it. It's a personal favorite, especially, I mean, so many people walk in with allergies. I think eucalyptus is one of the best ways to open up the sinuses, at least personally, and that's what a lot of them say. So a lot of Breathe, a lot of like citrus or um, more like uplifting. That's really the environment we try to create is a um, an uplifting type of environment that you're I like the smell of peppermint, but I don't feel like it's as uplifting, if that makes sense. I feel like I was just saying the word uplifting a ton there.
Yeah, I don't like diffusing peppermint. We don't diffuse peppermint because we have a lot of moms who are breastfeeding, and peppermint dries up or has been known to dry up lactation on moms because it's a
Hmm.
neurostimulant. But yeah, we always diffuse frankincense. Like I always spend the extra money to buy the big thing of frankincense, which like if you make frankincense or you got a frankincense plug and it's not $100 a vial, let me know. But that's what we do. And
Nice.
I do that one specifically for our like neurosensory kids. 'Cause frankincense is very grounding. It like brings physical presence and clarity. And we have a lot of parents say like, this is the only place that my kid will make eye contact with people.
Hmm.
This is the only place that my kid will like sit down and read a book. He's never been this calm before, like all those things. And I attribute a lot of that to the frankincense because it started happening once I started diffusing it. I also attribute it a lot to the type of adjusting that we do on kids, but
Yeah.
um,
No, that's big.
I would
That's
say
big
that
for sure.
frankincense helps. And it's just very like signature. Like people are always really present. Like even when people I feel like are waiting a long time, like maybe 15, 20 minutes, like in our like super busy shifts where people are like hanging out, they're 5 minutes early to their appointment, they're all those things. I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, like I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I waited a long time at all just because they're like can be
Hmm.
present in their body and they're not
Yeah.
like looking to get out.
And I think too, I mean, people enjoyed, we have like just yesterday, one of the few patients that actually came in, brought his wife in. He's like 50 years old. We got some Rubik's cubes in the office, and he's like, I'm just gonna solve all three of these. And he was just watching YouTube after his adjustment, solving Rubik's cubes, keeping his brain engaged. while his wife was going through an exam. And it was just like, he's like, I'm good chilling here. He's like, if I wanted to, I got the laptop. I know y'all got Wi-Fi. Like, this is really comfortable. And that's something I've always wanted to create, is a coffee shop type vibe or aesthetic where, you know, if you wanted to come get some work in or hang out, like, it's a very comfortable place. Um, and then I think, you know, kind of to wrap up, one of the, and I know, I don't know, but I'm sure you're doing this. Um, that goes a really long way. It's a little thing, but it's big for people, is remembering what they said they're gonna do over the weekend, or what, you know, reaching back out after you ask them, hey, is there anything I can pray for you? And then a month later ask, you know, following up, and just having those little moments, and acting on them. That's something I've really tried to work on myself, is when I do have that kind of twitch, or that you know, kind of mental impulse to ask them, just to ask it and not hold back. And if I rarely get it wrong. Like, if sometimes it's like, you said your daughter was going to do this, it's like, oh no, that was actually my son. It's like, oh, my bad. They're still like, wow, I can't believe you remember that. But it goes a long way. And it really shows that, you know, you care about them, which I do.
Yeah, I think the little things really do go a long way, and they end up, after you have so many of them, they make a big difference, right? So, obviously, your adjustments are what people are coming in the office for, but the little things are the things that keep them around, right? So, if you're looking to build fans, take all their things and needs into consideration as much as you can, as well as make your office functional, right? Obviously, you don't need to, like, completely destroy your office because somebody says, like, you have coffee and I want an espresso. Like, you don't need to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, also my final thought on that is in terms of like the little things, this is what Steph has Kate and I doing now, is we're polling our office as a focus group. We're gonna take like our 10 most ideal clients that have been around with us the longest and be like, hey, what is your favorite thing about the office? What would you like to see change? If the schedule needs to change, what would you like to see there? All those things. So
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think, you know, it's something I took up from listening to Travis and Cale Owen, the found or the current CEO of Gym Launch. They talked a lot about um, marketing to your uh, to kind of your ideal client, and not necessarily marketing your message. And they said it a lot better, but giving your clients and your patients what they want, and then giving them what they need, instead of constantly trying to just pump your own what you want, what you want, what you want. It's like, well, if no one's coming in or staying, it's probably because of that.
that's right. We are the guide on their journey.
Yep.
So thanks, guys. Thanks so much for listening to the What Now podcast. We hope that you go back to your office or whenever you're building your practice and think about some of the little things you can do to enhance your experience for everyone, both your team and your people. So we'll
Yep.
see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace out.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the What Now podcast. If you took something valuable away, feel free to share it with a friend, post it on your socials, or give us a 5-star review. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.